I say it? All right, Heather. Team B. All right, Krista Thompson. Where is Krista? Oh, there's Krista. You're on Team A. All right. I did mix these up. It does look a little stacked, doesn't it? All right. Donna Anderson. Team B. All right. And Brenna Hutchinson, the 5th person for Team A. All right, Brenna. And the 5th person, Leah Rader. All right. I don't see Leah. Oh, look at, she's just coming in. Leah, you get to be on Team B. Come right up. Woohoo! All right. Carissa was going to move those chairs? Okay. Now you guys get to be the fruit and vegetable pickers, okay? So one person who you think would be the slowest runner, they can be the counter, okay? All right. Derica, can you give me a quick help for a second? Those two, Beth, I need one on this at this where the pews meet, and one on that side where the pews meet. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just for fun. Yeah, well, you just put them in, just make sure they're both the same size. Same thing. Yeah. Okay. The object of the game is to get 20 fruit or vegetables into your basket. Now, some of the fruit might fall out of the basket because it's smaller than the basket, but that's okay. All right. So 20 fruit or vegetables into the baskets. So your counter gets to count 20. Once you get to 20, your team won. Okay? So you're going to start here. You're going to go back to where the chair is at, grab a piece of fruit or a vegetable, and bring it back to the bucket, back to the basket. Now, in the bucket, though, be careful, there's a piece of pizza in there. Now, not real pizza, just plastic. But there might be a donut in there, a chicken leg. Okay? So make sure you only take fruit or vegetables. Got it? So the person who's counting also needs to know what a fruit or a vegetable is so that they don't count the things that are not fruit and vegetables. Okay? Everyone understands on your team? Yeah? You guys understand the rules? Okay. It is a race. Whichever team is done first is the winner. Okay? So, who did you guys pick to count? Okay. So if you just want to sit on that right there, you can, or you can stand. It's up to you. And who did you guys pick to count? Who on your team is going to count? Who's going to count on your team? Okay. All right, you can sit by the basket then. Donna, you're comfortable running then? I know your parents, huh? Okay, yeah, why don't you choose someone to take your place then? Sarah, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Okay. Now, maybe I didn't clarify this. You may only take one fruit or vegetable at a time. Okay? So just one fruit or vegetable, bring it back to the basket. And then when they come back, after they put the fruit in the basket, you can go to get yours. Okay? That was I forgot that rule too. Good job. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. So one person at a time. One person runs down there, comes back, then the next person goes, then the next person goes. Get back in line because you have to do it 20 times, okay? 5 times each. Are you ready? Set, go. Yeah, make sure you cheer for a team. Okay, good job. Good. We got a banana and we got, is it broccoli? Can't really see it. Good. All right, let's go, let's go. Oh, we lost some time trying to find some fruit. Okay, a little more cheering. Let's go. 7? All right, we're at 7. Let's go. It's getting harder to find the fruit and vegetables. Mary Beth, this would be good. You could pick letters. Have them run back and forth with their letters, Go down and pick an A and bring it back. Yeah. Oh, it's getting harder. They have to dig for fruits and vegetables now. All right. All right, it's got to be getting close to 20. What count are we on, Heather? 16 on this side. What side are you on here, Nancy? 16 is going to be down to the wire. All right, we're close, close, close. Let's go. Is that 20? All right, good job. So your team can come up and get a candy bar. Now they got all that exercise. You can afford to have some extra calories. Thank you, ladies, for participating and helping us. Okay, we have planned for you another skit. I think that, there she goes.
Okay, so I'm here to introduce our next skit. The Bible tells us to pray without ceasing. In 1 Thessalonians 5, it also tells us that in everything to give thanks. And sometimes we make little rules about these type of things, right? If we think back in Levitical law, God gave the Hebrews a lot of rules to follow. And we as humans love to improve on God, right? So we add a little rule here, we add a little rule there. And by the time that Jesus came, there were so many rules that probably he couldn't even keep up with them. Because we as humans like to add to what God has to say. So just the fact that every rule that God made in the Bible is for our benefit. It's because he loves us. They're either to keep us healthy, or to keep our hearts healthy, or to take care of us in some way to honor him, to keep us close to him. These are boundaries God set for us to show us his love, not to be difficult or mean to us. But we like to make little things that would keep us safe for what we think. So let's think about something that we might try to improve on in our everyday. Has anyone heard, if you're not 15 minutes early, then you're late? That is not. That's all those people who like to be 15 minutes early. That's their rule on all of us who don't. If you're late, you're late, right? If you're early, you're early. What about this one? Let's go to the other side of it. 5 over. Who's done that? It's okay to drive 5 over the speed limit, right? You're not going to get stopped. 5 over is fine. It's a total gray area, right? Not to that police officer who stopped me last fall for going 5 over. Was not a gray area to him. So we like to make little rules to make things make more sense to us. And that's what the Pharisees had done by the time Christ came to earth. We do it anyway, right? That's just how we are. So we have to be careful of that. When God said to honor the Sabbath, he was saying not to work, not to do certain things. He wasn't saying if there was someone hanging off a building that you weren't allowed to bend over and pick them up, right? That's not what he was saying. It was for our good. It was for our benefit. It wasn't, someone's going to get run over by a car, so you can't help them off of the road. That was almost where they were at. Where when Jesus came, all of a sudden he was healing people, and they said, work on the Sabbath right there. That person was dying of an illness, and Jesus healed them, and they said, evil. That's evil. So that's the Pharisee. So we call that like a Pharisee thing, to add to the scripture to make it to be what we want it to be. So I am going to give you today and introduce you to a 21st century Pharisee.
And that gives me lots of liberty. So, I'm going to teach you today how to pray. I have a pre-meal prayer, okay? So these are the rules that I think are acceptable in this day and age. Okay, so the first thing today, it's a very confusing subject sometimes on when we should pray, what we should pray for, how we should pray, who prays. Well, so we're going to cover it all today. Let's get started. Let's see. Chips and salsa. Do we need to pray for chips and salsa? Sometimes they're already at your table. So there's no prayer needed for chips and salsa. Okay? So appetizers. Are you going to, if you're just going for half-off appetizers, ladies, you have to pray for those. Now, if you're going to have an entree afterwards, no need for prayer for the appetizers. Okay, so for a salad. Salad is a very tricky subject, okay? So if it's a side salad or an appetizer salad, no need for prayer there. But if your salad is going to come out with your meal, or if your salad's your main meal, you need to pray, okay? So I like to kind of put it in their own category. For the most part about salads, if you just remember this, if it requires a dressing, no need for blessing, okay? So, yes. Do I pray for coffee? No. Ain't nobody got time for that. No way. Soup. Do you pray for soup? Oh, today's soup was really good. Okay, do you pray for soup? If it's in a bowl, yes. I mean, because it's in a bowl, then it's larger and it's your meal. I like to say if it's in a cup, no need to lift up. Okay. Hamburgers. Okay? We all know that you need to pray for hamburgers. Everybody knows that. But sliders, there's a little glitch in the system. You don't have to pray for sliders. Okay? So, let's see. What else? Potato skins, no need for prayer. Baked potato, prayer. French fries, ask any Bible-believing Christians. We all differ on this, okay? So some people say no French fries before your meal. That was my mom, okay? Some people say, yeah, eat all your French fries before a meal. This is what it is supposed to be. You can have up to 3 French fries before your meal, before your prayer for that meal. Okay, so that brings us to dessert. Dessert is another little tricky subject. A lot of people, you eat before church, and then you come to church, and how many times do you pray in church? And then you're like, hey, do you want to go out to dessert? And of course, who doesn't want to go out to dessert? Yes, I can't wait for dessert. Do you really need to pray for dessert? You've already prayed for your meal. You've already prayed at church. No need for dessert prayer. Unless you are the more spiritual person. Okay, then you can go ahead if you feel led. But that's up to you on the dessert. So, do you hold hands? Do you hold hands during prayer? If you're a family, that would be fine, or a close-knit Bible study group, but if you're on a blind date, that's a little uncomfortable, okay? We can leave the hand holding for your family. So, most of the confusion surrounding pre-meal prayers is, when do we pray? Okay, for all the waitresses and waiters, don't pray when they're coming out there with their sizzling fajitas in each arm, okay? In mid-prayer of Jabez while they're standing there waiting for you. So that is not a good time to pray. Let's wait until they are either passed out the food or just after the appetizers, maybe. Okay, so last but certainly not least, who prays at the table? Well, lots of people would like to think it's a more spiritual person at the table. So if you have a pastor or a missionary, even a Christian blogger maybe. Now, even a youth pastor, his prayer might not be as effective, but we could ask him to pray too. So let's see. And if you're just an average person at the table, you're kind of off the hook. You can, and if God says, hey, how come you didn't pray before the meal? Ask Pastor, he's the one who works for you. And that is my skit on prayer.
All right, so don't stress that our times are a little off, because we'll make it back up, because we just won't have as much time to eat dessert later on. So it's okay, though. We'll be all right. Yes. We gave you ample time to eat your dessert, so we'll just have to crunch that up a little bit, but I think we can all eat a little quicker. No. So at this time, now that we had a little fun and some of you got exercise in, I think we all should have probably ran a lap. But we're up to workshop session 2, which is on your pamphlet here. Up in the auditorium is going to be Galenea Frank, and her title is Blessings Despite the Rain. So she will be speaking on that up here. The classroom that's in the connector building, like I explained last time, is going to be Derica Hudacek, and you can see her title there is today's Proverbs 31 Women. So at this time, you can pick where you would like to go. After that, we'll meet back down in where we had lunch, and we are going to be making, in quotations, dirt sundaes, okay? So you're going to be able to go through, there'll be 4 different stations where you can create your sundae. It'll be a sundaes bar, and obviously the dirt part is some crushed cookies to go along with our sowing and reaping, so no worries, it's not real dirt. And you'll be able to make a beautiful sundae. You can show your friends how creative you are with your sundae making skills. So that's what you'll be doing. So whenever your workshop is done, it'll be set up, and just go ahead and fill that sweet tooth a little more. Feel free to eat chocolates all day. We have a pile out there too. Take some with you. And I'm just thankful for the way our day is going. It's been very fun. So you are dismissed to whichever place you would like to go.